Boy, and welcome to Warp Drive. It's the 1st of November here in Brisbane. It's about 7:40 in the morning, so I'm just going to do a quick broadcast before I have to assume my day job activities. And today what I wanted to do was unveil or reveal a new car which is another member of the CarStyle Crew. The CarStyle Crew is a group of automotive enthusiasts here in Australia based around southeast Queensland, but not limited to southeast Queensland, and it's made up of enthusiasts that also include high-end exotic supercars. So not only are there people driving around in WRXs, Golfs, low-end Peugeots, little hatches and things like that, but there's also motor cars at the very top end of the scale, such as McLarens, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Aston Martins, Porsches, Mercedes, and BMWs. And if I've missed any brand, Jaguar, sorry. And if I have missed any brands in that group, I sincerely apologise. Audi, I'll grab Audi, sorry. And so I've been recreating some of the member cars, and I think I've now done 5, but I will be doing more. In particular, there's a couple of new cars that have been recently purchased by one member. So I need to create those, and I will do that over the next few weeks. But I just wanted to do a quick broadcast, and I thought the best way to do that would be to take some snaps of not just this new car, but also another car that I had already created, because the two vehicles that I'm referring to are owned by father and son. So I thought it would be a nice way to do some pictures of the two of the cars together. I have taken some snaps already and shared them with the owners, and they seemed pretty happy, which is fantastic. That was the whole goal of doing this, was to do something nice for the people that own the cars that are in the group. So let's get into it. Now, the particular car I'm revealing today is a Ferrari, so I think it would make some sense for me, because there's no scapes photos of locations here in Queensland, which is a real shame, because we have some beautiful spots, some very picturesque spots that there could be photos of, but unfortunately Polyphony Digital have not yet released any scapes photo locations outside of Tasmania and Victoria, which are two southern states of the country of Australia, whereas Queensland is, one of the two, what I'll call northern states out of the country of Australia. Anyway, so let's go to Italy. I'm not quite sure what location. I'd like to get a bit of an aerial kind of shot, and I want it to be sunny, so I think I'll go for Gardena Pass, or Gardenia Pass as it might be pronounced in Italian. I just want to get some quick photos. For those of you not familiar with the game, Scapes Photos is a feature of the game that allows you to pick your cars, whether you've created a custom livery or otherwise, and plonk them in a particular location, which is very picturesque, as you can see on the screen, and then take some photos. And those photos can be still photos, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm not going to do motion photos, but you can also do motion photos, and as you can see from the menu at the top, you can also do effects. So if you wanted to create very artistic images in the game, you could do that, and of course you can then share them across the game via the what's called the showcase feature. But today I'm not going to do anything like that, mainly because I'm constrained by time. I've got about 15 minutes to do this, so I'm going to get straight into it. Now, this location, whilst it's very picturesque, it looks like I've got a limited area that I can manoeuvre the cars in, because the road, being a mountain pass in Europe, typically isn't very wide. So I'm just going to work within the constraints that I have. I'm not going to zoom the camera in yet. I'm just going to select the second car. I won't name the owners of the cars, because again, I'm mindful of protecting their privacy, and you know, they haven't said to me, you know, go knock yourself out, Sean. Put as much out there about who we are as you can. So in respect of their privacy, I won't name them. But met both of them a couple of times, and they're both lovely people. So sometimes you do things and you kind of think, oh, well, why did I bother? But these two particular people have been absolutely fantastic and very friendly, very open, very welcoming, and had the opportunity to go for a bit of a drive in a group with one of them a couple of weekends ago, and it was really fun. So now, in terms of what I'm going to do to the cars, in terms of how they look on the screen, this is the zoom feature. You can see it's gone to a grid, and I've got a, rather than a can't think of the name of it now, the crosshair, that's it. Rather than have a crosshair, I've just got the big box like you typically see in a, you know, a proper camera, I guess, photography camera. So I'm just going to zoom in as close as I can, and I already see a problem because it's not letting me move the angle to the right now, which is annoying. But that's okay, I've got an idea. I'll just move the cars further forward, and I might... Oh, I can't come any further forward. Alright, that's okay. Plan B, stagger the cars. So what I'm going to now do is try and figure out how I stagger them without missing anything. So that looks okay. I'm just going to try and really center it all so I get... you know, I can tilt the camera like I'm doing now slowly, do it faster, just to give it a bit more effect. And then with the cars, there are things you can do, such as turn the front wheels. Obviously that's just moved the Porsche. I can turn on parking lights or headlights, so there's the headlights, parking lights if you like. I can go to high beam, which turns on all the lights. I can also do other things, like I can turn the brake lights on, I can turn the blinkers on, I can add a driver into the cockpit, and as I said before, I can also do motion pictures, but I'm not going to do that. I just want to do a static picture today. So that will do for the Porsche. I've got to be mindful that I don't mention their names when I'm talking, just out of convenience, just say their names rather than refer to the cars. So there you go. The number plates are correct, and as you'll notice, the second car is actually a liveried car in real life, which is obviously promoting the business that the owner of that car runs. So for anybody here in Australia, in Queensland in particular, but I'm not sure they're limited just to Queensland, and you are looking to track down a particular personalised plate, or you have one that you want to sell, I would thoroughly recommend that you look up plate sales, PL8 sales, and speak to the guys. Alright, so I think we're ready for the first photo. The effects feature allows you to effectively change a lot of the aspects of the background or the scene, if you like. I don't do a lot of that, again, mainly because I'm not so much lazy, but I'm never that into spending a lot of time creating very artistic photos, but I know many people in the game do, and they do fantastic jobs. Some of the images are amazing. But that's just one example there where you can create a sepia look very quickly. This is probably the one that I use most commonly. It's called Nostalgia, and what I like about it is if I just quickly go back up to the standard picture and then go down to Nostalgia, you'll see what it does is it kind of dulls everything around the cars in terms of the color depth, and so what it has the impact of doing is making the cars themselves as the subjects stick out more. So that's one of the features that I use, but you can see there's lots of ways that you can create some very clever and artistic photos, but today I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to leave it bog standard because I want the colours of the paint, and that is the genuine Ferrari TDF blue on the Ferrari, and I want the colours to really show out in their natural state. So all I need to do now is hit the shoot button and it will render, and there you go. There's my photo. Now I can now share that in the Scapes feature in the game. I'm just zooming in here because I'm going to take a screenshot to actually share this via the PlayStation, well, not via the PlayStation app. I'm going to share it over Facebook because I have contact with both owners over Facebook, and it's a quicker way for me to share it with them because I'm not sure they actually own the game. What I would love to do is actually jump into one of the track rooms and drive both cars and get footage of that happening, but I can't drive both at once, and I can't put one in a room and then jump into the other car and drive up and drive around it and do anything like that. It's a limitation of the game that I'm a single player. What I might try and do is if I can convince one of my friends to download a version of one of the cars, and then we can go into the room and we can do a video where we can see each other. I just noticed an error on the Ferrari too, which I'll need to correct, but that's okay, I'll do that another time. So, I could share this photo within the game just by doing this, and then I have to prompt to put things in here, but I'm not going to do that for now. I'll save the photo, and that way if I do want to do it later on, probably I might redo this picture. For the sake of explaining the fact that you can do motion shots, what I will do is I'm just going to, sorry, I'm going to do a motion photo just to show the difference and the effect that you can get. So I put the wheels straight, and then I'll go to what's called the panning, and I'll turn that on, and immediately what happens when I go back to the car is I can indicate the speed. This is, you know, I'll do this as a typical road speed. Well, maybe not so typical. And then the other thing that you can do is you can play with the shutter speed, so I can slow it right down and I'll get a very blurred shot. In fact, at this speed it might give me a message saying the cars have gone out of the shot. Let's see if it does, because it's trying to calculate the travel distance. Yeah, there you go, an error occurred during the shot. And that's what it looks like, right? So with that really slow shutter speed, it really blurs the cars. Now, I'm not going to save that. What I am going to do is go back and make it a bit more realistic. That's probably going to be okay, I think. I think that should capture it, but you should still get some blurring. Oh no, okay. So there you can see there's some blurring, which is obviously giving the effect that it's moving. So I just wanted to show you that. And then what we'll do is we'll excuse me, we'll turn it off now. Yeah, so that's the Scapes photo effect, and this is the car obviously that I'm revealing today and that I have uploaded and shared, but I'm going to have to go in and do that because I can see on the rear spoiler I put my normal YouTube channel sticker on the back of the car, just to denote that it is one of my liveries, and I didn't check, and it's bled from the back of the rear of the car onto the front of the rear wing. You can see those yellow markings on the rear wing there. Okay, well that was all I wanted to do today. I wanted to thank the owners of the cars for being so complimentary on the work that I've done to recreate them. As I said, there are more CarStyle Crew vehicles that I have created and that I will continue to create. I've got another Ferrari 812 Superfast and a Aventador Ultimate to try and replicate. The Ultimate is going to be a little bit trickier because, as you know, there is no Ultimate in the game at this point. But I should be able to just grab the standard Aventador and get it pretty close to the, if you like, the style or the look of the Ultimate that my friend picked up on Friday night. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this short broadcast. I hope I've been able to show you a little bit or give you an insight into the Scapes photo tool. And I hope that if you are a player of the game, what I've covered might encourage you to go into Scapes Photos and have a play with it and try to take some photos of your own cars. Anyway, for now, take care, be kind to each other, and thanks again for watching. Please subscribe, please provide feedback, let me know what things you'd like to see, because if you're going to subscribe to the channel, I'd like you to watch it, and if you're going to watch it, I'd like it to be content that you'd be interested in watching. So please feel free to leave a comment, and thank you for watching, and take care, and we'll see you again real soon. This is iflowboy for a Warp Drive saying bye for now.